Letter 9, Teth. Proverbs 31:18. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. King James Version. She knows the value of everything she makes and works late into the night. Good News Bible. Teth. The Teth is one of the more difficult letters to decipher, as there is no consensus as to what it is a picture of. Some authorities believe it was a picture of a snake or something that twists. If so, how does this apply to a virtuous woman and to the particular verse in question? I haven't got the foggiest idea. The snake, of course, has got quite a bit of theological baggage. Indeed, one has to look far and wide, not within just Christian literature, but most literature, to find positive references to this slithering reptile. Even Indiana Jones didn't like it. It reminds me of a story of a rabbit who happened to meet a diamondback rattlesnake in the middle of the desert one day. "Excuse me," said the rabbit, "because I live in a desert I've never seen water. I've got no idea what kind of animal I am, because I've never seen myself. Would you be able to describe me? And then would I be able to work out what I am?" The snake replied, "Certainly, but I as well don't know what kind of animal I am. After I describe you, will you describe me?" They both agreed, and the snake began. "Well, you're white and fluffy. You've got big pink ears and a little bob tail, and you hop." "I must be a rabbit," said the rabbit. "What about me?" said the snake. "Well," said the rabbit, "you're low to the ground. You have squinty eyes. You speak with a forked tongue, and you're covered with diamonds." "Oh no," said the snake, "I must be a televangelist." What has this to do with a virtuous woman? Not a lot, but it was a joke worth telling. One of the few positive comments on the snake comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16, when Jesus encouraged us to be as shrewd or as cunning as snakes, yet harmless as doves. Certainly the virtuous woman exemplifies this kind of wisdom. Even though things are going well, she sees that her trading is profitable. She does not rest on her laurels. She recognizes the momentum is built when one adds energy to an already moving object. The time to double one's efforts is not when things are going badly, but when things are going well. So in her case, even though her business is being successful, her lamp doesn't go out at night. She is giving careful attention to maintaining the discipline of thinking and preparation, because she realizes we are never so vulnerable as when we are flushed with success. One of my Bible school teachers compared this verse to Proverbs 20, verse 27, in which some translations seem to suggest that the human heart is God's lamp, that he leads and directs us from our inner world. Thus, in the particular verse, her lamp not going out at night was seen to mean her spiritual walk with God remained strong and consistent. Certainly it's true that when the going gets tough, people are often forced to closer walk with God. There is nothing like a few trials and a bit of desperation to drive you to prayer. As the witticism goes, "Well, we'd better pray." Why? Has it got that bad? Yet, when our world is rosy, when businesses work, marriages prosper, and churches grow, it's easy to forget about our reliance on God and begin to think that maybe we are responsible. Charles Spurgeon once stated that the person who doesn't pray must be a conceited individual to think he could do God's work on his own. Lack of prayer, the slow cooling of the heart to God, the diminishing of the spiritual lamp are all signs of self-satisfaction and personal smugness. Let us be smart enough to walk with God, not only through the valley of the shadow of death, but also in the green pastures and beside the quiet waters. After all, anyone can begin to pray when the chips are down. It takes someone of virtue to pray as a result of the relationship within rather than the circumstances without.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the Son sets free, always free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, always free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child